Hey guys, KJ Reseller here, back at you with another reseller video. Today I'm at the Goodwill outlet bins in Pittsburgh. Let's see what we can find at the bins to sell for profits. So I did film right away when I went into the bins. So the first thing I found was two little not garden flags, but like 3x5 flags. I did wind up putting them back. They were Winnie the Pooh flags. Unfortunately, those aren't really worth that much. I haven't been able to sell them that well in the past. I think one was Easter and one was Valentine's. I do still have one listed that I've had listed forever, so that's why I decided to pass on these. They just weren't worth the money, unfortunately. And there I'm looking at puzzles. At the bins, I'm not going to pick them up unless they are new and sealed, but usually those get scooped up right away. That's some little placards of some kind, maybe placemats. The bins is always an interesting thing. I've found good stuff at the bins before, and sometimes I don't find anything. It just depends on what you're going to find. Usually Plush is not that well sourced at the bins. On this day, we did find a ton of Build-A-Bears, but every one I looked up was only selling for like $15 to $20. I was limited on space. I did pick up the little squishmallow. Picked that little thing up, purple owl squishmallow. Probably cost $1 if that, when you consider the weight. But the Build-A-Bears, there was like 3 or 4 bunnies there, and there was 2 or 3 bears as well. But unless they're a character plush Build-A-Bear, I've been shying away from picking up Build-A-Bears recently, just because they cost a lot to, maybe not cost a lot to ship. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say, but they weigh a decent amount. Some of them weigh over a pound, so they do go via priority or ground advantage for like $7 or $8. So whenever they only sell for 15 and shipping is like $8, it's just not worth it for me to pick them up. There was some sheets and other stuff. That might have been Vera Bradley. I think that was actually a hat, not worth anything. But yeah, that's it for round one. It's a dangerous thing to put in the bins. Yeah, right. I debated picking up this shirt. It was Antoine Randall L. I probably should have gotten it because, it probably would have cost very cheap, but I think I did actually try and look it up and there was no comps. Lately with clothing, I've been trying to make sure I can find some kind of comp. Unless I know it's like a vintage shirt that, there might not be many of, but I know it's worth something. That shirt, it wasn't vintage. It was probably just some kind of promotion they gave away at the stadium. So there probably was no value to that. That's why I passed on it. Also look at other stuff. I think I pick up a Patrick Star that's really cheaply made. But yeah, here's KJ. What'd you find so far?
Are you recording?
Yeah. That would be KJ.
Nothing good yet.
How long have you actually been here?
Not long.
Oh, okay. So what'd you do to your car to make it so messed up?
I don't know.
Well, you know what's wrong with it, right? It's a Ford.
Are you still recording?
Yes, I am.
Got out of here.
I gotta protect myself here.
I will not discuss this issue with you any further with photographic evidence.
I am a Ford fan, but they always say, Ford's fix or repair daily.
Yeah.
Yeah. My Mazda's still kicking, but if I want to get my radio fixed, I have to pay $1,000. Because it wasn't covered under the warranty somehow. This was one of the first bins changes that we were there for. It's a little crazy. There was a lot of people there, as you can see from this view. I just picked the spot and went for it. There's some vintage priority mail envelopes, I think. You don't see those kind anymore. And yeah, they were selling them at the bins. Obviously, I don't pick those up because I can get them for free at the post office. But I can't remember if someone actually picked those up or not. They shouldn't have, because technically they're not allowed to sell them. Maybe they got them for free. I don't know. But there's books, hats, and everything else. Sometimes I did pick up that SeaWorld plush for a little bit. You'll see it in the next clip. But I did actually put it back. The sell-through rate just wasn't there for it. And like I said in the previous clip with the Build-A-Bears, I'm trying to source plush that sells faster now. Especially since my prices have gone up at my thrift stores. There's I think that was a photo album probably, more books. There's calendars. There was actually 2024 calendars there. Probably should have bought one actually, but it was like puppies and kittens. We tried to get KJ's sister to get one, Leela, but she already had a calendar apparently for the year. So she didn't want the puppies and kittens calendar. But keep looking at stuff. Sometimes in the bins, if you dig low enough, you'll find some stuff. Like I was saying, if y'all want to see a clip from the Columbus, Ohio bins, which is also a really nice bins, I think. I enjoyed it. Sonia, Jimmy's wife, Jimmy Old School Flips, or OSF Picker, she found Wii Sports after Jimmy and I both looked in the same spot. She dug up a Wii Sports somehow. Don't ask me. She likes the bins. I think Jimmy and I we enjoyed it, but she definitely loved it. I think they'll be back there a lot for sourcing. I debated picking up this little lamp thing right here, lamp base. I had one at my antique booth for a long time and it never sold, so I do pass on it. Plus, I don't want to bring glass. I already broke something that I picked up at the highway yard sale, so I wasn't gonna put more glass in my car, especially since that one really wasn't gonna be worth very much. I don't think. Obviously, weight-wise, I think the breakables and books were like 59 cents, and everything else was $1.99 at this store. So it wouldn't have cost much, obviously, but it still would have been a decent amount. And I don't feel like trying to ship something that big. So I just pulled this guy from the bins. Look at these comps for him. Almost $35 to $40. Also picked up this little Puppers plush. I don't really have much room left in the car, so we'll see how I fit all this in the car. But I got some random stuff. The bins are changing out somewhat regularly. KJ is picking up. What are you picking up?
Pops, I think. I don't know yet.
What else have you? This is probably her favorite find so far.
Yes. Hold on, wait. We gotta get a good picture of this.
Best aunt ever.
That's accurate.
That's her favorite find.
That's an accurate statement.
That's what we've done so far. Here I just want to show y'all some more of the bins as I look through them. Just showing y'all some of the stuff. If y'all see anything that stands out, let me know in the comments down below. There's a Build-A-Bear My Little Pony. I did pass on that. I already have it and hadn't sold yet. So to me, if I already have one of an item and it hadn't sold yet, I'm probably not going to pick it up. Hats. I've had Pittsburgh Penguins hats. I need to get around to listing. That was a Grumbly. At one point, those were decently valuable, but not anymore, especially used at the Goodwill bins. And you have to test it and make sure it works. I didn't have batteries with me. Sometimes if you go to the bins, if I was a regular at the bins, I would probably bring some batteries with me, but since there is no bins close to me, I think they might be actually building one soon in New Orleans. At least that's what they keep saying. I think Victoria over at Super Geeked. Go follow her if you haven't followed her yet. She is like the ambassador for Goodwill in Louisiana and Mississippi. That Captain America plush, if the shield had been better secured, I probably would have picked him up. The hippo, I did pick it up actually and looked it up. There was a couple of listings and like no solds for it, so I had to pass on him. Like I said in the previous clip, I'll keep saying it again. Plush is very long tail if you don't pick up the right ones. So I'm trying to be selective. There was an IKEA bag. I wasn't sure if that was someone's bag or something else. That I should have picked up. Looking back at the footage, I should have picked that up. It was a Tupperware yellow strainer. I have a couple more that I need to list, and that would have been perfect to go with it. I thought there was some damage to it at first, but whenever I actually looked at the replay, whenever I was watching it back, I saw that it was just like a circle. It wasn't damaged. It was just a circle to it. So I keep looking. There's a Paw Patrol plush. I pass on that. I do have a big lot of Paw Patrol, so maybe I should have picked that thing up, but I do pick that up for a second, that little Imaginext thing. KJ was thinking about getting it for a little boy, but I think she passed on him, so I didn't pick him up. I didn't actually pick that up and keep it. I did pick it up, but I did wind up putting it back. There is I think that was right there in front of you is some kind of cow thing. If that had been in good condition, I probably would have picked it up just because I know Misha loves cows, so shout out Misha Renee. But it was in pretty bad condition when I actually inspected it. That castle, I don't think it had any value to it. Some of the older stuff does, but I think that was more new castle, and I didn't have room for it. But there, I mean, the good thing about having KJ there is if it's a big item, she could probably take it home and ship it herself, whereas I probably didn't have room for any big items. My car was pretty stuffed full of stuff at this point. This is like one of the last, technically it's the last day of my trip before, I'd take two days to get home, but I do pick that little thing up. Mandy, I think was her name. Can put that with a bunch of the other Beanie Boos that I have that are dogs. I could actually probably do a Poodles lot at this point. I've gotten so many of them, but yeah, I mean, that probably cost 25 to 50 cents. So that's why I love the bins for plush, because it's going to be super cheap, because most of them don't really weigh anything. That little dog there wasn't really worth anything either. I think, what am I showing y'all there? Gunned plush. I looked that one up and it didn't really have much value. Maybe 15 to 20, but it was a bigger item. It might have been over a pound, so I'm not going to pick that up and try and feel fool with shipping it. That little duck, I can't remember if that was from Toy Story 4 or not. I think that's a Build-A-Bear horse. I've never had luck selling that one. Here's another short clip of me in the bins. The Spider-Man, unless I had a big Spider-Man lot ready to go, I probably didn't need to pick him up, so I did leave him behind. The little toy truck there is not really worth anything. Can't remember what else I saw here. That was like napkins, I think. new in the pack. Well, not new, but they were in at least somewhat sealed in the packaging, so they're probably pretty good napkins if you need it for a party or something. But I don't know if the bins would be my first choice for something like that. Y'all have seen that Pictionary about 3 or 4 times now. No one's gonna pick it up because it's not sealed and it's not really worth anything. Those categories, if it's new, can be good money, but that was used. So that bear also or dog wasn't really worth it. That was just an overview. This Patrick Star is worth a little bit more than the last one. It's a Beanie Buddies, so it is Ty or TY, however you want to say it. Probably worth 15 to 20. I did pick it up. I debated picking that thing up, but I could not find anything really based on the comp or any comps really. I could find some pictures of it when I used Google Lens, and it was only like 15 or 20, so that's not worth it to me for a figure like that that's going to be somewhat easily broken. Usually for breakables, I want them to sell for a decent amount of money to make it worth my time. I did debate that another Spider-Man there. Maybe if I wadded those two up together with some other Spider-Man, it would have been worth it. I don't even know if I'm staring right at him. Guess I did touch him a little bit, but I don't think I really ever looked at the brand at all to consider what it was. That little beaver, I think that's who that is. I'm not sure what kind of animal it is. It was some kind of beaver or groundhog. It was like a mascot for the Little League World Series. When I comped him, he wasn't worth it. I thought he was going to be. I thought maybe he was like a minor league mascot, but it was just for a Little League World Series, and apparently it doesn't have much value. Same with that shoe. I don't remember what brand it was. I think it was just like, Jamboree or some brand doesn't have enough value to it for me to pick up. Continue looking at the bins. The hardest part there is that it's kind of squeezed spaces with the bins of media they have there, and along with there's some people that had 2 carts. They were dragging them down between the bins, and it was really hard to get between them. Boxes at this Goodwill are actually free, I believe. So I think KJ uses this sometimes to get boxes for inventory to ship stuff out. I wish I had a bins near me that would give free boxes away. Now, most of those boxes probably aren't usable, but, some are. This is what we find at the bins in Pittsburgh. A puppy. What'd you say?
I'm more so that than I am a cat person.
She said she doesn't like cats, but then she doesn't like mice, which also get rid of but cats get rid of. Hey, pup. Hey, puppers. Hey. Hi. So on the last BINZ trip, these are some of my finds that I got. Red panda wormy, real panda wormy. This little Prevacid golf club cover, and then I don't think I showed y'all that either. Some of these. Here I am in my hotel room. Here are some of the items that I got in that first trip to the bins. We did go back later that day and got a couple more items, but I'll show you what I got. This golf club cover, it's Prevacid, some kind of medicine. This will probably sell for $20 to $25 with free shipping, or $20 plus shipping, however you want to calculate it. It'll ship old first class, now USPS Ground Advantage, but hey, that's not a bad find. I showed you a clip of him and the comp, but Cookie Monster. This was actually a recent plush. I think it was 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2023 Sesame Workshop. I was surprised to see this worth like almost $40. I have him listed. I just listed him yesterday. I think I listed him for like $45 plus shipping. So that's what the comp showed. Based on the comps, the lowest listed right now. There's only one listed right now, and it's an auction for $35 plus shipping. So decided to try buy it now and see what happens. This little one, it's probably worth $20 to $30. I do need to clip this little thing. I was going to take pictures in the hotel room last night, and I never got on doing it because I need to get scissors and clip that off. Wormies, in general, are not good to pick up. This one happens to have the tag still attached to it and smells really good. So I'm going to list this as like new probably and say that it's got some minor scuffs or whatever, but overall this thing, I think I could list it as new if I really wanted to. But yeah, Wormies Panda, probably worth around $30. Another panda, this Wormies Red Panda, is also worth around $30 if I had to guess. Also does have the tags still attached to it. No one wanted them. A couple more items. Patrick Star, probably $15 plus shipping. This starter hat, I would guess 20 to 30, somewhere in that range. Pick up hats, they're really easy. This Pittsburgh Pirates little plushie parrot. I haven't found anything on him yet. There's the, I'm using my phone because I don't have the GoPro in the hotel room, so I'm trying to film this and get it edited before Thursday. This little guy, I think this is Mandy, the blue poodle. Sorry if y'all can hear noises. I'm in a hotel room, so you might hear some noises. The total spent at the first trip to the BINZ was $11.85. So I'll come back with the other 3 items that I found at the BINZ. Chicken Little. It's a Mickey fan.
Are you recording again?
Yes, I am. What'd you get?
Okay, so Cherry Mary Muffin.
Cherry Mary Muffin, whoever that is.
Yeah. This Barbie sink.
Barbie sink.
Yeah.
That, which
This
is funny.
Is loaded with cash.
It's got quarters in it,
Tons
randomly.
of money in there.
And then this thing.
I don't know what that is, but it looks cool, right?
Not sure we're getting that, but they're about to close. We're closing down the Goodwill bins. So after our first trip to the BINZ, we went and ate lunch. Then we went to a couple more thrift stores. Y'all will see those in Monday's video. There's a couple clips of me and KJ going into the thrift stores and just interacting and showing some stuff that we bought. I think she actually bought stuff. I don't think I actually bought anything in any of those stores. I tried to, but they wouldn't sell it to me. So that's a little preview of what's to come. But we went back to the BINZ because, we were like, well, we took her car, so she drove to those other places, so we had to go back to the BINZ. Anyways, they closed at 7, we got back at 6. Let's see what they have. So we went and looked. I always pick these up if I can. These are blank VHS tapes. On Amazon, these sell for $35. So not bad there. If you consider I spent $7.85 this trip, or $7.67 this trip. So if I just attribute that all to this one, I'm still gonna make profit on these other 2 items that I'm about to show you. Y'all saw one in the actual video. Chicken Little. This plush is somewhat rare, probably worth 20 to 30, somewhere in that range plus shipping. I didn't see many of him listed or sold, so yeah, little Chicken Little plush. And the last item is probably one of the better items. This right here, these DVDs, 6 out of 7 are still sealed. These are classic cartoon favorite Disney gift set, so it's volumes 1 through 7. These will probably sell for $60 to $70 if I had to guess. Really good there. They were just laying there in the bin because no one picked them up. And I don't think I showed what KJ found on the second trip, but she found better stuff than I did on the second trip. I think I actually didn't show it in the clip. She found the quarters in a random pocket, a little pocket thing. So I don't know how many quarters. I think it was like $1 or $2. So hey, it's free money, right? You're already gonna make money just buying those. And she got some kind of M&M Christmas lights that sold for 50 or 60. I'll throw the comp up here if I can find them. What exactly they are. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for coming along. I kind of threw this one together at the last second because I didn't have a video ready for Thursday. And right now, as I'm filming this part, it is Tuesday in my hotel room in Olive Branch, Mississippi. So I got tomorrow to get home, ship out like 40 orders. That's how many I have to ship out right now on eBay, right at it, over the last 2 weeks. So it's not like I sold that many items, but still pretty good for being gone. I have to ship them by Friday, so I'm just rambling right now. Don't forget to leave a like, comment with your favorite item that we found, whichever one it might be. Mine was probably this M&M lights because I didn't even look at them, and she picked them up, comped them, and they were worth a lot of money. And subscribe. And if you want to, go follow KJ's channel. It'll be linked down below. Thanks for watching.